Velar.
Today we're looking at the Onsra Velar. Onsra made a really nice intro video. It's only about a minute long. I've already seen it, but yeah, let's just take a look. Pretty cool. So this is the Onsra NX remote. I've used it on the Onsra Black Carve 3. By the way, if you've been wondering why I was using an AI voice in my past couple of videos, this is why. This is what I sound like right now. Not all the time, but very frequently. This is what you get to listen to for this video because you kept complaining, okay? Anyway, yeah, this is the Onsra NX remote. It pairs with Onsra's new Orion ESC. They work really well. Of the remotes that I've tried, I would say it's my favorite. Even though it's a little bulky, I mean, I would prefer that I'd be able to put it in my pocket, but still, it's pretty nice. I mean, this does kind of fit in the pocket if you have a big pocket. So we see they're using channel trucks with two different positions for the, not springs, but for the bushings. So right now in this shot, they're using the outer position. So these are kind of like the Trampa trucks, or Trampa has different types of trucks, but one of them. Grip tape looks pretty cool. Looks pretty nimble. The board looks cool, huh? For this category of boards. Okay, speaking of category, I think many people are going to call it a mountain board because it's using a mountain board deck. And some people are going to say it's not a mountain board because a mountain board wouldn't have the battery at the bottom because you're going to be, smashing the deck onto rocks and stuff, skunks, bears. If we use Trampa terminology, I think this would be an urban carver. So it's basically using a mountain board deck, but without foot straps. As far as I can tell, that's the only difference, right? Like, what's the difference between an urban carver and a mountain board? Oh, I guess the tires also, because these are knobbies, and these are like wheelchair tires. The turn radius looked pretty tight. Yeah, look at how much it's leaning. Onsra channel trucks, 43 centimeters. Let's look at what Trampa has. Looks like they are 16 or 17 inches. This is 16.9, 43 centimeters. Oh my god, that is huge. So you guys know how I feel about really big boards in the city. Anyway, as I was saying, they're kind of like these. They also have multiple positions with these, so I guess the inspiration came from there. I like this over here. This embossed logo looks pretty cool. 200 millimeters. I think that's 8 inches. 65 kilometers of range. 14S4P Samsung 50S. We'll talk a little more about that later. Man, this board, it looks cool. Gotta say. Looks really cool. There's the Brutale mode, which is taking them up to 62 kilometers per hour. That is so cool, this part. When I saw that, I was like, whoa, production value. Whoa, big budget. Looks really cool. As you subscribers know, I frequently complain about boards being too big and heavy because of where I live, because I'm in Shanghai, and in Shanghai we have stairs, we have traffic police who will stop us, will take our boards. So it's not very convenient to use a large board. So I'm not sure if I want to cover this one, but I gotta say, this video, this intro video makes this board look really cool. Like just the appearance of it. They can change the specs, they can lower the specs, and when I see this board, I'm still gonna want it. Let's take a look at the website. So it's on pre-order right now. It's supposed to arrive at your door in July. I assume that's what that means. Let's go through the specs. Well, actually, let's go through the pictures. No, let's go through the specs first. So with AT wheels, 60 kilometers, that's their claim. it's a reasonable claim. Up to 65. I'm sure you can go farther. Like if you ride slowly, you can probably go farther. They don't have a number with other wheels. So supposedly with smaller wheels that don't have so much resistance, you would be able to go even farther. Battery 14S4P 21700, 50S Samsung, 1036 watt hours, 20 amp hour. So I want to address this. It seems like more and more companies are doing this now. They're using 3.7 as the nominal voltage, even though in most cases it should be 3.6. In this case, it should be 3.6 because if you look at the spec sheet from Samsung, this is directly from Samsung, right? Samsung 50S spec sheet. The nominal voltage is rated at 3.6 right there. And yet they're calculating using 3.7 to arrive at 1036 watt hours when they should be 3.6 and 1008 watt hours. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, but this is my understanding. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It matters for people who don't really know this stuff. And you know, if you're comparing two different boards and with the same battery specs, it might influence you into buying one or the other when in fact they're the same. Just be aware of this kind of stuff. Onsra is not the only company doing this. I can't totally blame them because they have to compete also. But still, I think most manufacturers, they use the proper nominal voltage. 62 kilometers per hour. Cool. I'm not going to go that fast. Not on the skateboard. So like in a controlled environment, I may be willing to, like if I'm on a closed track and I'm wearing the proper protection, then sure. Well, I'm saying sure right now, but I've never done it. If you get this board, don't just go out on the street and go 62 kilometers per hour, crossing intersections, weaving through cars and stuff. You know, that's, well, first of all, you're going to die. Second, you're going to ruin this sport. You're going to make it illegal. Be responsible. Motors, 6384. Some people, especially people who are heavier and live on hills, I guess the bigger motor would be an advantage. Orion ESC. So this has nothing to do with the Orion RC company. According to Fabian, it's just their own thing. They didn't even know that there is another company called Orion that does like RC stuff. Remote, they call it the Onsra NX. It's a pretty cool remote, has a color display. User interface is very clean and easy to navigate and fast. I want to say fast because most remotes with menus, they're not slow or anything, with one exception. The remote, oh my god, it's so fucking slow like compared to other remotes. So I just want to point out this remote is not slow. The menu, like navigating through the menus. The deck, high quality carbon fiber, low flex. By low flex, I guess they're implying that it does flex a little bit. Enclosure, high quality fiberglass. Is it necessary to say high quality? Because you kind of like, does anyone ever assume low quality? Anyway, so high quality carbon fiber, high quality fiberglass. Trucks, Onsra channel trucks, CNC machined, 43 centimeters. Again, that is so wide. Wheels, 200 millimeters. Pulley, 66T, 4.4 ratio. Deck size, 92 centimeters. Pretty standard longboard size. Weight. This is the one thing that, well, this and the width. These two things make me hesitant about covering this board because I just covered the Propel Endeavor 2 GT. Man, that board was heavy. And in a city like mine, Shanghai, it's really cumbersome. And this is about the same weight. For me to use this board in Shanghai, I know that it's going to be really cumbersome also. However, there are a number of things that make me want to cover it. I've never tried channel trucks. Also, as I said, this board, like just aesthetically, it looks really nice. That by itself makes me want it. Water resistance. An O-ring is a gasket. Right? Is there a difference? Braking, regenerative braking. From talking to beginners, there are people who are not aware that every single electric skateboard has regenerative braking. I literally got an email recently from a guy asking me which board to choose. He's saying, okay, this one has regenerative braking, the other one does not. And I replied to him telling him every board has regenerative braking. This is pretty cool. Adjustable 10 to 100%. Acceleration adjustable also. Recharge time 4.5 amp charger. Bushings 90A. I have no idea what bushings are like on these types of trucks. On a regular longboard, 90A would be pretty standard for me. With everything, I'm about 75 kilograms and 90A is, for most trucks, is like where I would start with. Warranty, 2 years, 1 year on the battery. Most electric skateboard brands seem to offer a 6-month warranty, so 2 years is quite impressive. All right, you know, I keep on seeing Onion ESC. So in this photo, they're using the 110 millimeter rubber wheels. Look at that ground clearance. It's like, it's so close to the ground. There's another photo of this from the side. Features? Yeah, I mean, look at that. that's so close to the ground. So I was wondering if this board can even turn. I showed my friend Tilo, and he's like, yeah, it'll be able to turn. But still, this is very close to the ground. Like any little bump, you're gonna hit it. This kind of setup is probably just for the, very flat go-kart tracks. It's probably not practical on the streets. You're gonna have stuff hitting it all the time. Another photo of the channel trucks. This board looks good, man. I don't mean the specs. Yeah, the specs are good also, but I mean like just the appearance of the deck. Man, this is like, damn, God, it's so big and heavy though. Like the size and the weight, I keep saying this, the size and the weight makes me not want to deal with it, but it does look nice. Looks like the wheels are still their plastic hubs, which is okay, I guess, but a lot of other companies, they've moved on to like alloy wheels, but you can change it by yourself. I have other wheels. Yeah, even that plate looks pretty nice. Yeah, it's a fine looking board. The rims look a little cheap. That's all. Let's look at some more pictures. If I were living in this kind of environment, then yes, this board would make a lot of sense to me. But I don't live in this kind of place. I live in like a fucking city. And here are pictures of the board catching on fire. I guess that's about it. At the moment, I'm still kind of undecided about covering this board. I guess I'll see what my schedule's like. If I have time, I'll cover it. If something else comes up that I'd rather cover, I guess I'll do that. I still have a couple weeks to decide because they're not quite ready to ship yet. What do you guys think? I mean, I know if I ask you guys, you're gonna say I should cover it. Let me think about it.